Okay, now this is going to be one of the most important slides that you have to attentively watch. Now, Bitcoin is not about the price, it is about the economics. Now, if you understand the economics of Bitcoin, you will know exactly why you want to be part of cryptocurrency or part of actually acquiring Bitcoin. So please understand, okay, this economics very, very well. And the moment you understand this, it is going to set your life free from every confusion that you have about Bitcoin. Now, this is what normally people don't teach you. All right. So I want to make sure you understand this fundamental in order for you to move forward. Now, all right. Now, let's just have some interactive section here if it's possible. All right. Now, Bitcoin was incepted in 2008. Let me just ask you quickly, how many Bitcoin can ever exist? Absolutely, right? We have about 21 million here, all right? So there can only be 21 million ever exist. Am I right? Now, next question. How many Bitcoin has been minted so far? Anyone? So the Bitcoin that has been minted so far is about 18.73 million that has been minted for the past close to about 12 years. All right. Now, there is still another 2.2 million left. Next question. When will 21 million actually complete minted? When will 21 million arrive? 21 million will arrive or completes only in year 2140. So now just watch this, right? For the past close to 12 years, 18.73 million Bitcoin has been already minted. So how long will it take for 2.27 million that is left to be minted? Now this is going to blow your mind. It is going to take another 120 years. Now, does that puzzles you? How can 18 over millions is minted in 12 years and the remaining 2.27 is going to take 120 years? Now, this is what it meant by Bitcoin economics. Let me explain it to you. Now, first understand, right? When we talk about blockchain, Bitcoin blockchain, okay, it produces every 10 minutes. So 10 minutes is one block. All right, so in that one block, we can have about 210,000 of transactions, okay, taking place in that one block. So every block is 10 minutes block. In that 10 minutes is about 1K, okay, the size. So you can have thousands of transactions in that block. Now, the miners are rewarded for verifying and recording the transaction in the public ledger. So we have the miners. So when you actually execute the transaction, there are miners. These miners, if you call it in a technical term, these are nodes or servers. All right, these miners are distributed, decentralized everywhere. All right, so that is the reason why even if the government go after one miner, it doesn't affect the whole network, because we have 20 to 30,000 networks of miners all over the world. Now, halving takes place every 4 years. Okay, halving 4 years. Now, what do I mean by halving? Halving means in Bitcoin, the supply, okay, will be halved every 4 years. Let me explain to you how it works. So now, let's say, for example, okay, in 2008, when 2008, the miners who are actually mining the Bitcoin, the miners will be actually competing against all the other miners. Now, whichever miner that actually mine first, what do I mean by mine first? Mine first means they verify and record this transaction in the public ledger blockchain, they will be rewarded. So that is how new Bitcoin is released. So now, in 2008, the reward per block is 50 Bitcoin. But what is the price of Bitcoin at that moment? The value of Bitcoin is insignificant. It was only about 0.04 cent per Bitcoin. Now, every 4 years, okay, every 4 years, the reward or the supply will be halved. So the first halving took place in year 2012, and you can see, okay, the supply is reduced from 50 Bitcoin to 25 Bitcoin. So, but look at the value. The value of Bitcoin now has gone up to $10 from 4 cents. All right. Now, the second halving took place in 2006. That is after another 4 years. Now, these 4 years are fixed protocol, okay, or algorithm that has been built into blockchain. So no one can change it. So now in 2006, when next halving happened, you can see now the reward is halved to 12.5 BTC. But look at the value of Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin price is about $400. And we just had the recent halving, okay, which is last year in May 2020, whereby you can see now the halving has actually reduced the reward or the supply to 6.25 BTC every 10 minutes. So, but look at the price, that is about $9,000. All right, that is about $9,000. So now, when will be the next halving? The next halving will be year 2024. Now, just imagine, all right, what will be the block reward or the supply in 2024? That will be 3.125 BTC every 10 minutes. Now, what do you think will be the value of Bitcoin by then? Now, this is the reason why you must actually invest and own Bitcoin, because of the store of value. This is what we call a scarcity. This is what we call a fixed supply. Now, it doesn't happen in fiat, because in fiat, they keep printing more and more money. In Bitcoin, it has been halved every 4 years. So you can see, all right, if you look into the supply, if you look into the supply, all right, you can see that the supply is actually reducing in a fixed and controlled manner until it reaches 21 million. But what is happening to the demand? The demand is increasing every single day. There are more and more people, especially those of you who are listening to me tonight, right? If you have not owned a Bitcoin wallet, you're going to go and get your Bitcoin wallet ready, and you're going to start to buy Bitcoin. Now, even if the demand is constant, Bitcoin price is tend to go up because of the supply and demand correlation. Can you see that? So this is the most important thing that you need to understand if you are getting involved with Bitcoin, which is the Bitcoin economics, okay, which is simply halving technology, all right? So this halving is taking place every 4 years, and the block reward reduces. So what happened? The value of Bitcoin increases. So this is the reason why, as you own Bitcoin, even if it is 1 Bitcoin, even if it is 0.1 Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. Because of this halving economics, Bitcoin price will actually keep continuing going up higher and higher. Now, please do understand, okay, one of the biggest reasons why Bitcoin price is going up now, if compared with 2008, 2012, is that we have a lot of institutional investors. Okay, these are institutional funds. Okay, they are coming in to actually acquire Bitcoin. So in 2012, 2014, we saw only P2P or the retail market. But now the institutions are in, especially the big entity, all right? The big American companies are in. So we have MicroStrategy, we have JP Morgan, we have Square. PayPal is already now offering Bitcoin, okay? You can buy things using Bitcoin through PayPal and so on. We have Tesla. With the recent news, they have purchased about 1.5 billion Bitcoin, and they are still holding it. Can you see that? Now, looking at the institution coming on board, what do you think will be the value of Bitcoin as more and more people are now rushing to buy Bitcoin and own Bitcoin? All right. So if you look into the supply, all right, all the supply, about 70 to 80% of the supply is now being taken by this private institution. So just imagine, right? Initially, right, when Bitcoin was actually invented, the problem was the supply. The supply actually overrides the demand. But now our new problem is the demands override the supply. Why? Because of the halving. Because we have lesser and lesser Bitcoin that is being supplied, and that